All right, before we dive in, let's just get the mandatory disclaimer out of the way. This is all for educational and informational purposes. It is absolutely not financial advice, so please make sure you're always doing your own research. Okay, let's jump right into it. If you've been watching Plazm, you know the last couple of days have been, well, pretty wild. But we're not here to just talk about the price. We're here for an anatomy lesson. We're going to pop the hood and really dissect how the protocol's engine performed under a massive real-world stress test. And let's not sugarcoat it, the stress was real. A 42% drop in 2 days. That's a gut punch of a number, and it's exactly why we need to have this conversation right now. So, when you see a number like that, the first question that pops into your head is probably, what the heck just happened? Was that a failure? Or, and this is the core of our whole analysis today, was this actually a feature? Was this a chance to see the protocol's defenses work in the wild? You know, for weeks, it's all been theory, right? We've talked about the mechanics, the white paper, the what ifs, but that's like a fire drill. This was a real fire. This was the ultimate test of the protocol's engineering in a live, high-stakes environment. To really get what happened, you have to start with something a lot of people miss. I call it the two-pool paradox. See, the protocol's defense isn't just one big pot of money. It's actually funded by two very different types of pools that act in completely opposite ways when things get hairy. And the best way to think about it is this. The eSHARE pools, that's your savings account. You build it up when times are good, and you spend it down in an emergency. And yep, that's exactly what we saw happen. But the USDC pools, that's your salary. It just keeps coming in, every single day, replenished by real yield from the outside world. So while the savings account was being used for defense, the salary kept hitting the bank account. That is the entire key. And that salary, that constant flow of fresh capital, brings us to the protocol's superpower, its decoupled yield engine. This is what truly makes Plazm different, because this engine lives in its own universe. It literally does not care what the token price is doing. You want proof? Here it is. While the price was, let's be honest, getting hammered, the protocol's yield engine was just humming along, generating an extra $1,018 in brand new real yield. That's fresh money coming into the system right in the middle of the storm. I mean, just look at this. This chart tells the whole story, doesn't it? You've got this huge red bar of negative price action right next to a solid green bar of positive yield. They are totally disconnected. The engine that funds the protocol's long-term defense is on a completely different track than the day-to-day price. They are decoupled. Okay, so now that we have that foundation, let's get into the nitty-gritty. We're going to walk through the specific defense systems that kicked on during this event, one by one, and see exactly how they held up. So first, where are we right now? Well, the price has entered what you could call the stress zone. It's sitting between the protocol's two mathematical floors, which probably makes you ask, wait a minute, why are there two floors in the first place? It all comes down to a concept called cascading slippage. It sounds complex, but it's pretty simple. When a big panic sell happens, it doesn't just hit one pool. The trade has to route through multiple pools, from Plazm to eShare to ETH. Each one of those steps creates slippage. The base floor is the absolute worst-case math that accounts for that double whammy of slippage. So get this, even after that massive 42% drop, the price is still a full 21% above that absolute doomsday scenario mathematical floor. The ultimate safety net is not even close to breaking. It's holding strong. All right, next mechanism. Let's talk about something that actually went into overdrive during the drop, the token burn. In just those 2 days, another 1,870 Plazm tokens were torched, gone forever. And here's the beautiful, kind of ironic part. The very thing that causes the price to drop, big, panicky sells, is the exact thing that fuels the burn engine. A huge sell creates massive slippage, and the protocol is designed to capture that slippage and use it to destroy its own supply. So yeah, in a way, every panic seller is just pinning a fear tax that makes the tokens scarcer for everyone who holds on. But listen, all the clever code and automated mechanics in the world are only half the story. The machines can do their job, but the ultimate test, the real question, is what did the people do? Did holders run for the hills, or did they see something else? Well, the on-chain data is crystal clear. The amount of Plazm locked-in staking contracts didn't go down, it didn't even stay flat, it went up. It surged by 22.5%. This wasn't a bank run, this was an accumulation event. And you can see it right here. That slice of the pie, the total percentage of Plazm supply being staked, it actually got bigger. So in the middle of all that FUD and downward pressure, holder conviction didn't just hold, it actually grew stronger. That tells you everything. So let's pull all of this together. What is the final verdict? What did this whole episode actually prove? It proved that the protocol isn't just strong. It's anti-fragile. It actually gets stronger under stress. I mean, let's just run down the checklist. Did the burn mechanism accelerate? Check. Did the real yield engine keep chugging along? You bet. Did the sustainable USDC pools hold their ground? Absolutely. Did holder conviction go up? Big check. And did the absolute floor, the final safety net, hold firm? Check. It was a clean sweep. Every single system performed exactly as it was designed to. And this is the bottom line, the key difference. Most protocols, when they face a crash, they start draining a finite treasury. They're like a leaky bucket, getting weaker every second. Plazm is a self-revealing well. Its defense power isn't a pile of cash that runs out. It's a river of yield that constantly flows in. It can sustain its defense, and that's a total game changer. So, look, nobody enjoys seeing red on the charts. It's stressful, but these are the moments that give you real clarity. They show you what a protocol is truly made of. And the big takeaway here is simple. Price is temporary. It's noise. The underlying mechanics of the protocol, the actual engine, that's permanent. And what we just saw is that this engine is built to last.